show you how I move. I'll be working overtime. I'll be working overtime just for you. I'll be working overtime. I wanna make you mine. Gotta work that overtime. I'll be working overtime. I'll be working overtime just for you. I'll be working overtime. Put in that 9 to 5. I'll be working overtime. Tell me what I gotta do, 'cause I know I'm worth it. All this energy's for you. Baby, I am certain I am everything you.
I'm not pregnant, I just look like I am. This is how much fat I've gained. And all I want to eat is carbs right now. I just want a grilled cheese. I'm gonna go downstairs and make zucchini noodles with my chicken.
This is more than just my dream. All I need for you to see is I'm working.
First time heading to the gym since my accident, so that should be interesting. Attempt to do some weights, see what I can do on these cardio machines, because I've only been walking. It's tedious, but it's what works for me. Doesn't matter what diet I'm doing, whether it was, doing keto. Right now I'm trying to do more of a low carb approach. I think instead of diving right into keto, I'm doing more low carb and then maybe try to transition back into keto. But even before keto, whether I was doing a low fat diet or just portion control, measuring my food to make sure I'm getting the right just calorie intake is what has helped. But now that I'm really trying to pay attention to my macros, my carbs, my fats, my protein, and other nutrients, that's another really important reason as to why I measure. Another trick that helped me when I first went on like a major weight loss journey some years back, I actually try to put my food on smaller plates. Now, I feel like on this video it looks pretty big, especially when you see the meat on it, but here, in comparison, is the bigger dinner plate. Here's the small plate. Here's the big plate. You see the difference? So for my people who like to eat like me, even something as simple as switching your plate size, that helps a lot.
This is unconventional. Looking like I'm crazy. I can't get too comfortable. Nothing has been lazy. I need you to see everything in me going into you. You're all I want to do. I'll be working.
What's up, y'all? This is Sheleah, and I've been mentally having a lot of roadblocks these last few months. It has been nuts. I'm just mentally, I don't know, I'm having a really hard time. When I first started keto, I just mentally was ready. I was strong. I had nothing to lose, I guess. And not that I have a lot to lose now. A lot's changed since I had first started keto. And now I'm just like, I'm overwhelmed with life and a lot of events that happened in a very short period of time. And like December just broke my spirit, broke my heart, broke me physically too. So I've been trying this 2020 to really focus in, but I start off all right and then I just go over the edge. I'm starting to think that I kind of have a little bit of a eating disorder. Just a little bit, not like a typical, I think there's all types of eating disorders. I've never really done my research on them, so it's not like I can say for certain, but I know that I can classify myself definitely as a binge eater, and I can think of times when I was a teenager and I would binge eat, and I used to hide food, and every once in a while I still kind of do, like when I'm eating what I like to call my crack, which is these croissants that this cafe makes. I don't even like croissants, but these chocolate croissants are literally like my crack. If I could eat them every single day and be healthy and not gain any weight and not get sick, Oh my God, I would. I've been off and on in February. I started in January a little bit, like the end of January. And then I was going strong the first couple weeks of February, and then events happened and I just lost track. I let life get in the way. I let my thoughts get in the way. I am an avid overthinker and it is really bad. I've gained a lot of weight. I've been struggling. I've been in a lot of pain. I'm older. Like that really makes a difference. And it's just, okay. You know, it's not the same thing when I was, I remember 22, I had gotten really heavy and I was like, man, and then I lost weight and it's a big difference. I'm not 22 anymore. I can feel it a little bit. But anyway, I'm a very picky eater. I love to eat. Like, I love the way eating makes me feel. I'm an emotional eater. I like sweets. I like carbs. But my body does not like carbs. My body rejects carbs, and sugar is the devil. I know, this kitchen's a mess. I'm at my mom's house right now. I'm a very picky eater, but I love food. I'm an emotional eater. I have a lot of issues with food. I have a very love-hate relationship with food, and I would love to try to get to the bottom of it. It's, when I've talked to certain family members and I hear some of their gripes with food, and it makes me sad because I kind of think that a lot of people, more people than you realize, have eating disorders and have body dysmorphia and things like that. When I was doing my keto journey, part of why I even halted, it was because I finally hit a number I hadn't seen in a while. And I was crying. I was upset. I wasn't like proud of myself. All I was thinking was, I thought I would feel better. I thought I'd be happy. I thought seeing this number and seeing my measurements going down and, going clothes shopping and finding smaller fitting clothes, that I would be happy. And I kept thinking, yeah, I'll be so happy. And I wasn't. I was actually really angry at myself. I was like, I did all this to be here and I'm still not happy. I thought that I would feel better. Like, I've grown more. I've learned more about what works for me and my mind and my body. And I'm still here. Even with like all the things that I was feeling physically, I was feeling great. I really was. And then I just let that get to me. Like, that I didn't look how I thought should look. I'd be really good if my stomach could just be like in like that, because then you could really see, oh, okay, that's your shape. Instead of this, I could be boop, but instead it's bump. But I want to be bump. I didn't feel how I thought I should feel seeing a number I hadn't seen in a few years. So I kind of started backtracking at that point. I usually backtrack at a plateau, which I did kind of hit a plateau. I was like staggering between about 7 pounds, which I know some was water weight, and then I'd be able to get it down and whatever. But I did hit a plateau, and typically every time I've hit a plateau is when I start getting angry and getting annoyed and gaining weight. But in this case, it wasn't just the plateau, it was life. I really let certain things that were happening in my personal life take over. I'm sorry, I'm saying I want to work on that. Anyway, this has been like, for me, it feels like a lifelong struggle. And I just want to, it's not that I don't love myself, because I feel like I do, but there's so many things I could do better. Because you know what they say, when you know better, you do better. And I just want to be a better person overall. I've been working really hard at trying to be a good person. I've made, I'm human. I made my mistakes in the past, but I feel like, I've been trying to be as good of a person as I naturally can be. Just trying to do my music. I'm trying to be a better singer, a better performer. I want to have good health. I want to be able to have kids in the next couple of years. There's just so much I want to do, and I feel like in such short amount of time. How many of y'all feel that way? Like, you feel like you only have so much time to accomplish all these goals, but sometimes it's just like for me, almost nothing in my life has gone according to plan. Almost nothing. But I've had plans, and I was following plans, and then it took me down this road and then that road and that door closed. Then I had to dig a hole and find another way out. And it's just like, but I guess that's just life. That's life. And I'm trying to enjoy the journey because, the destination, we don't know what's at the other side of the destination if you really think about it. But that's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother day. Like I said, I'm trying to get a handle on why I can't seem to have control. I know what worked best for me physically and mentally, and that was keto. And the way my body type is, bigger bottom, like bigger thighs, bigger hips, smaller waist. I am hourglass type of figure. I have decent sized chest. I can naturally get muscle. I have built a lot of muscle over the years with my consistent working out. It's just my diet can never be consistent. But anyway, I noticed keto, low carbs, what worked for me mentally, physically. My mood was better, stabilized and everything. And that's what I'm trying to kind of get back to. But I just really overdid it with like sugar and carbs. So I'm afraid of like what's about to happen. But I am a picky eater, and doing keto and the things that I eat, or I should say don't eat, makes keto, it makes it a little challenging. So there has to be other people that are similar to me out there who are interested in doing keto, but they're afraid because it's like, well, like for me, for instance, I don't eat eggs. I don't like eggs. I cook with eggs, right? Like if a recipe calls for eggs and I got to use it, yes, I use it. But to sit down and do like a boiled egg or sunny side or scrambled eggs, like, no. Your girl's not eating eggs. I don't like them. They make me want to gag. I even tried a few years ago taking a bite, like, because I was making some eggs and they look kind of good. And I was like, you know what? Let me just try it. No. So anyway, I don't eat eggs. I don't eat red meat, which seems to be like a staple on a keto diet. And I don't eat seafood, which is also another staple on a keto diet. With any diet that you heard about or talk about, they always recommend like a lot of healthy seafood and eggs. And I'm like, I feel like that's part of my struggle because I don't like those foods. Like they literally make me want to vomit. I hate red meat. I don't eat red meat. I don't really eat pork. I'm not like 100% against pork. I just have a weak stomach, I guess. So I'm a chicken and turkey kind of girl. And I like the white meat, not the dark meat. And they're always like, oh, if you're going to be keto, then you want the dark meat. But I prefer the taste of the white meat for chicken and turkey. So that's what I eat. I did find success in the past, and I know that I can do it again. And it is possible. However, I still need to learn more recipes, more ways to make how I eat a little more creative, make it less boring, because I can eat the same thing for a couple weeks straight, and then I'm about like 3 weeks, and then I'm like, okay, I need something different. And then I can probably eat the same thing, like the same 2 or 3 meals for about 2 or 3 weeks straight. I can do that. Then I burn myself out because I'm already a picky eater. And then I have to find a whole new 3 or 4 meals to choose from for like the next 3 or 4 weeks. And it's like you start running out of ideas, and my budget is very small. I'm not balling yet. Once Sheleah Monéa is a household name with music and all that entertainment world, then maybe. Then I can hire a keto chef. That would be my goal because I hate cooking. So I'm going to make a lot of stuff with chicken, with turkey. I do a lot of ground turkey. And believe it or not, even though I'm keto, I like to get the 99 fat free. And I just like to add my fat. Like I do the Kerrygold grass-fed butter. I do extra virgin olive oil. Every once in a while I do coconut oil. Every once in a while I do avocado oil. I eat avocados. When it comes to dairy, I'm a little picky too. I tend to like the fake processed cheeses that are bad for you. I haven't ventured too much into like the natural and farm cheeses, and I'm more of like, I'm about to make a dish, zucchini zucchini spirals with ground turkey meat. Rao's homemade tomato basil sauce, because it's like the lowest, it's like the best. Let me show you. Is the best tomato sauce. Like when I used to be big on my keto pizzas that I used to make, my fathead dough pizzas, oh my gosh. So the thing is with most tomato sauces is that they're really high in sugar. But this one had the lowest amount of sugar and the lowest amount of carbs. So I like that. And I do, when I'm really on it, which I'm trying to be right now, I like trying to find ingredients that I recognize. And I try to find ingredients that aren't like a million ingredients. You know what I mean? Try to find stuff that maybe 5 ingredients or less, you know? What am I trying to say? I'm not a good speaker, that's why I sing. So I'm making like kind of like a pasta dish. So I'm adding some ricotta, and I don't know if ricotta is allowed. I don't know if like, just looked at the ingredients here. It's cornstarch, and then there's milk. There's some sugar in it because it's made from milk, right? Trying not to eat that every day. But right now, because I've been out of the mix, I gotta kind of do, I guess, dirty keto for now. Just to get my body used to not having bread and sugar again. Maybe further down the road, when I start to see success again, I'll start to transition the whole dairy thing out. But at that point, I want to seek out someone who can help me with that, because I am a picky eater and I need to get my fat and low carb from somewhere, you know, that will keep me full and keep me satisfied. So as I get back into the swing of it, I'm going to just try to be, you know, I just got to really count my macros, count my carbs, count my calories. I think I really screwed up my metabolism this time around. I've been screwing it up for years, up and down, up and down. But I think this time around, I don't know, it's just weird. I've been having a really hard time this time around. So I'm gonna take you on the ride. We can try to figure this out together.